Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Slow English Stories. I am Leo, your teacher and storyteller. I am so happy to see you here today. Today, we are going to dive into a very special story about a hero we all love, the Kung Fu Panda. But before we start our journey, please make sure you are ready to learn. Turn off your television, put your phone on silent, and find a quiet place. If you can, please wear your headphones. This will help you hear the sounds of the valley and the secrets of the story much better. Are you ready? Let's begin. The sun was hiding behind the tall jade-green mountains of the Valley of Peace. A thick white mist was crawling across the ground. Mist is a word we use for a thin cloud near the ground that makes it difficult to see. It felt cold and mysterious. Po, the big fuzzy panda, was standing on the high balcony of the Jade Palace. He could hear the swish-swish of the wind in the peach trees. He could smell the sweet scent, which means a pleasant or beautiful smell of blossoms, mixed with the spicy aroma of his father's noodle soup from the village below. But Po was not thinking about noodles. He was staring at the empty pedestal where the dragon scroll usually sat. It was gone. While Po was standing there, he felt a cold shiver on his skin. This is a very useful grammar point. I said Po was standing because it describes an action that was happening at a specific time in the past. We use this to set the scene in a story. Po noticed a single sharp claw mark on the floor. His heart began to beat like a drum. The stakes were very high. Without the scroll, the valley had no protection. Who had the power to steal from the Jade Palace? Po ran through the long, dark halls of the palace. He heard the old wooden floor creak under his heavy paws. To creak means to make a sharp, squeaking sound when something moves or has weight on it. The palace was ghostly silent, but the air smelled of burnt incense. Incense is a substance that smells very strong when you burn it, often used in temples or for meditation. Suddenly, Po stopped. He saw a shadow moving near the library. It was fast, like a cold wind. In this moment, Po was searching the room when he found a strange black feather on the floor. I want to explain this grammar. We use the past continuous, was searching for a long action, and the past simple, found for a sudden short action that interrupts it. It makes the story feel more exciting. Po picked up the feather. It felt cold, almost like ice. The air in the library became very thin and chilly. Po realized this was not a normal thief. He followed a trail of these black feathers out into the dark forest. A trail is a series of marks or signs left by someone as they move. The trees were tall and looked like giant dark fingers reaching for the moon. Po felt the stakes getting higher. When stakes are higher, it means the situation is becoming much more dangerous and important. Notice how I said the trees looked darker than usual. This is a comparative adjective. We add to short words to compare two things. The forest was not just dark, it was darker than the village. This helps you imagine how scary the woods felt to Po as he walked deeper into the shadows. He reached the edge of the whispering woods. The wind made a low, growling sound as it blew through the hollow trees. Po's eyes widened. In the distance, he saw a flickering blue light inside a circle of ancient stones. Someone was holding the dragon scroll, and they were starting a dark ritual. Po gripped his staff. He had to be brave. or the Valley of Peace would fall into eternal darkness. Po moved like a shadow, creeping closer to the circle of stones. He tried to be stealthy. To be stealthy means to move very quietly and carefully so that no one sees or hears you. The blue light was vibrant, which means it was very bright and full of energy. As he got closer, the smell of the air changed. It no longer smelled like trees. It smelled like ozone and electricity, like the air right before a giant thunderstorm. In this part of our story, Poe had never seen such a strange light before. This is the past perfect tense. We use had and a past participle to talk about something that happened, or in this case, didn't happen before another point in the past. It shows us that this magic was completely new and scary for our hero. Suddenly, the blue light flashed, and Poe saw the thief. It was a tall, thin crane with feathers as black as coal. The crane was holding the dragon scroll and whispering ancient words. The sound of his voice was menacing. When something is menacing, it sounds threatening or suggests that something bad is going to happen. The crane looked at the scroll and laughed. With this power, the crane hissed, the sun will never rise again. I used the word hissed to describe how the crane spoke. To hiss is to make a sharp S sound, like a snake. It tells you the character is not friendly. Also, look at the grammar. The sun will never rise again. This is the future simple with will. We use it here to make a prediction or a threat about what is going to happen next. Poe felt a heavy weight in his stomach. He knew he had to act fast. He stepped on a dry branch, and it made a loud snap. The black crane turned his head quickly. His eyes were glowing with the same blue magic. A panda, the crane mocked. The Valley of Peace is truly desperate. Notice the word desperate. If you are desperate, you are in a very difficult situation and are willing to try anything to fix it. The crane thinks Poe is not a real threat. But Poe remembered Master Shifu's voice in his head. Believe in the dragon within. Poe stood tall, his heart drumming against his ribs. He was ready to fight for his home, even if he was terrified. The black crane took flight, his wings creating a fierce wind that smelled like cold rain and old dust. Fierce is an adjective we use to describe something very strong, powerful, or even a bit scary. He dived toward Poe with his sharp beak pointed like a sword. Poe didn't have a weapon, but he moved bravely. I used the word bravely here, which is an adverb. We usually make an adverb by adding li to an adjective brave plus li. Adverbs are great because they tell us how an action is happening. Poe didn't just move, he moved in a brave way. Poe dodged the attack and grabbed a heavy cooking pot he had brought from the kitchen. He used it as a shield. The blue magic hit the pot with a loud clang. The sound echoed through the trees, waking up the sleeping birds. If you do not stop this ritual, the valley will be lost forever, Poe shouted. This is a first conditional sentence. We use if plus present simple and will plus verb to talk about a real possibility in the future and its result. Poe is warning the crane about what will happen if the magic continues. The crane laughed and opened the dragon scroll. He expected to see a dark spell, but instead, a radiant golden light burst out of the parchment. Radiant means sending out light or shining very brightly. The light was so warm it felt like a summer afternoon in the noodle shop. It was not the dark magic the crane wanted. The golden glow was pure, which means clean, and not mixed with anything bad, and it pushed the blue shadows away. In this moment, Poe realized that the scroll was reflecting the light of the crane's own heart. To reflect means to throw back light, or an image, like a mirror. Because the crane's heart was full of greed, the scroll showed him nothing but a blinding glare. The crane screamed and dropped the scroll. He could not handle the truth of the golden light. He turned and vanished into the dark clouds. Vanished is a perfect word for a story. It means to disappear suddenly and completely. The sun began to rise over the Jade Mountains, and the peace was restored. Restored means to bring something back to its original, good condition. Poe picked up the scroll and walked back to the Jade Palace. The air was fresh, and the birds began to sing a happy song. He was tired, but he was a hero. He knew that as long as he believed in himself, the valley would always be safe. And that, my friends, is the end of our adventure today. I am so proud of you for sticking with the story until the very end. You listened to a complex tale and learned some great new English along the way. Before you go, I have a small task for you, a call to action. In the comments below, try to use one of our new words today. Fierce, radiant, or vanished. Can you write one sentence using one of these words? I will read every single one. If you enjoyed learning with Poe and me, please give this video a big like. It helps Slow English Stories reach more students around the world. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss a lesson. Thank you for being such wonderful students. Keep practicing your English every day, and I will see you in our next story. I am Leo, and this has been Slow English Stories. Goodbye for now.